And we're back. And as we said right before the break, we are going to be talking all about, and well, you can see right in front of us, we've got some food. We are joined by Rondine Craig, who is the owner and manager of Dits restaurant, and we are going to be learning all about what they've got, and we're even going to be getting a little bit of a mini cooking lesson here. Good morning, Rondine.
Good morning, everybody.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Sure.
Right. Now, we were talking a little bit in the break before we started about how iconic Dits is in Belize. So why don't we start talking there before we get started talking about the food, just about the history and of Dits in Belize.
Yes, I think we're one of the oldest running Belizean restaurants in Belize. It's now in its third generation. It started off with my grandparents, Donald and Edna Craig, and also his sister, Aunt Dit, and that's where the name originates. Everybody called her Aunt Dit. For the older heads, they would know, everybody knew Aunt Dit. She was the lady that made all the sweets and pastries. And you know, our business started from a small panadas and fresca shop and evolved into what it is today.
Yeah.
And then
was it always at that location?
Actually, it started right across the street from where we are now. But that was a brief time. But ever since then, we've been at the same location. And after my grandfather retired, my parents took it over, Walter and Elaine. And from then, after they passed away, I'm the one who took the reins and just tried to carry on the tradition.
60 years and counting.
Yes.
This is, I mean, such a big achievement for a Belizean-owned business, and in the food industry.
Yes.
What's the secret for you?
It's the customers, the Belizeans that support our business. Because at the end of the day, they're the one that keeps the door open. They're the ones that keep my employees with me, that I'm so thankful to have. You know, they're a good group of ladies and gentlemen that are with me, and I'm happy with the staff that I have. But most especially, it's about the people that come and support our business.
Well, because the food has been consistent for as long as I know it, and I'm sure beyond.
Yes.
Now, tell me a bit about learning from the family, the secrets to the recipe. What is that like? Did you have to sign a confidentiality clause and say, I won't take it out of the family?
Well, like I said, the business started as a family business.
Yeah.
All the siblings, my aunts and uncle, all played a part in the business. They took a turn working shifts, either to the front of the house or the back of the house with the cooking and the baking. And you know, the family still does cooking and that type of stuff. And
yeah. And then you had always grown up learning how to make some of the stuff?
Yes. The recipes are pretty much the same.
Yeah.
There are little tweaks I've made to some of the recipes, but they're pretty much the same as they were. We have customers that from like 20, 30, 40 years ago, they come into the restaurant and just, for us, it's about the nostalgia of the place, you know? For me and my family members, it's just the people coming in with their own stories of when they were children and they coming in here with their family. And all of those is heartwarming to learn that everyone has their own little experience of what it's like to come to Dits. And that's a great feeling.
And we all have a Dits craving of some kind.
Yes.
Let me ask before I disclose mine. What is the most popular thing?
The jam rolls that you brought me here for.
That's a classic.
Clearly, that's mine too.
Yeah, and I think mine.
And it is, you know, I always, when we get it, it's always one of the things I say, man, it still tastes exactly the same. Like you crave just that taste.
Yes. That's what we strive to do, you know, keep the customers satisfied and try to keep that quality product at an affordable price where it can reach all different price points and people's budgets. And that's what we focus on mostly.
Do you have a favorite, or is that too?
I am more partial to the lemon pie and lemon tarts.
Okay.
That's my favorite.
Yes, and I was asking you before we started, I know that the coconut tart and pie is here, and I'm going to say giveaway alert, but not anything else. And they even made ice cream out of Dits coconut pie.
Correct.
That's when you know you have
Yes.
a brand, right?
Yes, from the ice cream shop.
Yeah.
Molly got in contact with me during our COVID-19. She did favors focusing on Belizean ingredients.
Yeah.
And she approached me with the idea of her doing a coconut pie, Dits coconut pie ice cream. And I jumped at the,
And
thought.
it was delicious.
And she said that's one of their top selling flavors as well.
Listen, ice cream plus the creaminess of a coconut pie, that was just magic.
I can imagine.
All right, so I know that we're going to do some demos for jam roll making, right?
Yes.
And Gavin, what are you going to be doing? You say you'll take on the kneading?
Oh, I'll do whatever you guys tell me to do, I'll do.
You have some
So where
gloves
do we
right
start?
there.
All right.
That you can put on.
Sure.
So, Rondine, how many jam rolls you all make a day?
Huh. It varies.
People send in orders too, I'm sure.
Yes, we have we have customers that order by the dozen. We have customers that walk in and, we have customers that come in that's going away and they said, my family said, I don't want anything else but some drum rolls from Dits. Don't bring it from anywhere else. I want it from Dits.
All right, so
All right.
clearly she's not going to share the secret recipe with us.
Oh, yes.
But we're going to talk about process here. All right,
Yes.
Gavin. Now you know it's serious. He's taken off
getting-
his jacket to get into some kneading.
All right, there we go.
And
So we're gonna add some water to our flour mixture. And then you get into kneading.
Just start getting in.
And just combine it till it's soft and pliable.
All right.
so what happened if somebody in your family they're not a good cook?
Actually, that's the case.
Were you to put them to sell instead?
Yes,
So if you're not a good chef, you better be a good salesperson.
correct. Okay. I think we need a little bit more, but a little bit too much water.
There we go.
Yeah. Then we're just gonna get this to look like this.
That-
Yes,
all right.
yes. I needed mine already. That's why I
That's
just
all-
like this, just so you know, right?
We can go over here now.
Yeah.
Okay. So now we just flour the bottom and the top so it doesn't stick when we use the rolling pin. And there you go.
And whose recipe is this? Who's the original recipe?
To be honest, the recipe was passed on from my
Flour.
granddad and my parents, and I just took the recipe and continued on the same path with it now.
And you said you tweaked it?
Well, not the
You're
drum
not hearing
rolls,
it.
but some of the the lemon pie crust
so you
and
didn't mess
stuff
with
like
the
that.
jam
No,
roll?
no.
That was going to be a sin. All right.
All right.
That's as it would usually go thinner, but we're
Correct.
using this plate.
Yes. So now, yeah.
What? All right, here we go.
When we're in the business, we have a large table that we use.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we
This
roll
is
it
the
out a lot
TV
thinner.
version, right?
So we would cut it to the size that we use. Pretty much. Then we put the jam on it. We use a local jam.
That's all she says.
Yeah,
right?
no, local, right? I think
Before I even asked the question.
And
you
we
don't
just-
get these secrets for free.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I'm going to make it at home, what's the best jam for me to use?
Anyone that suits you.
We're not getting anything out of this one, right?
All right. So this is what we do after we put the flour. The jam.
So you make your own jam?
No, it's locally made,
Okay.
and we again tweak it to our liking. Right. Let's put this on the side, and then it's just folding. As easy as that.
Oh.
And there we go. The jam rolls, and it's pretty easy.
They're usually much thinner than this. Clearly,
Yes.
I didn't do a great rolling job. Gavin, you're doing better with kneading than I did with
Yeah.
Yeah,
rolling.
it's time
Yes.
coming together.
So that's pretty much it. And we have jam rolls.
You made that look way too easy. But I guess after all the years of doing this, this is kind of second nature to you now.
Pretty much. And then we put it on the pan. Put it in the oven to bake until it's brown or as dark as or as light as you'd like it, and that's pretty much it.
And then you eat it fresh out of the oven. That's my
That's the
favorite, when
finished
it's
product
nice
over
and
there.
warm.
Yes.
All right. So okay, and then how do I do with my kneading? Is this?
Yeah.
It's almost.
Yeah, it's
smooth
pretty
as-
good.
Yeah,
It's
There
good.
we go.
Yes.
Good. So you can sell this at Dits later, and I can courtesy of me.
Oh. So, I really think, how is the COVID-19, the pandemic, how has it affected business?
I'm not different from any other business person that's going through anything. COVID is a small part of, the overall aspects of sometimes whether the business is doing good or not. We have other factors that contribute to slow business or good business. But for the most part, COVID has brought about its own changes as it makes you think of other streams of income that you can use for your business. Actually, during the time of COVID, I enrolled in a cake decorating class through the Y and got certified. And so now I parlayed that into a small cake decorating business that I'm trying to grow.
Oh, nice. So
So-
I can get my decorated cake through Dits too.
Yes.
Now, it's, and I'm glad you said that, because many people have had to diversify or scale down. But definitely, I know you're still a place that everybody goes to at some point in time. Usually when they come off the plane, this is one of the first
Correct.
places.
Yes.
And just, I think, what would be your lesson? We interview new entrepreneurs all the time on this show. And it's so great to have an iconic business owner as you are. What would you say to other businesses about having the type of longevity that Dits has?
I think it's again about the people. And we try to give the customer that feeling that, we really appreciate your business and we're thankful for your business. Because at the end of the day, like I said, they're the people that keep the door open.
Yeah.
And that we're forever thankful for. And I'm just trying to continue the legacy that my grandparents, my family members, my mom and dad, we just want to put forward the best product that we can to keep the Belizean consumers engaged and just happy to come to our establishment.
Do you think your grandparents ever imagined this level of success or longevity?
I would hope that they did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And of course, Dits continues to grow as
Yes.
you go on. You're not only here, but you're also adding more as the years goes on. And so, as you said, you started out just selling, or your grandparents started out just selling panades and some other things. And we've seen how. Why don't we talk a little bit about that? About how the menu has grown and expanded beyond. So what can we get
Sure.
for those who don't know?
When it comes to food items, we've expanded from just doing just rice and beans, the typical 1, 2, 3, rice and beans, chicken and salad. We've tried to diversify in our menu as well. We try to provide, every day we try to provide a different special that's different from the usual to give people other choices other than just the regular rice and beans. We do specials like lasagna, we do other Italian specials, we do like macaroni specials. It varies, and those sell pretty well.
Yeah. And you just neglect the tamales.
I also have a funny story about
Tell us.
about the tamales. Actually, my grandmother, she was an avid bolito buyer. So my grandfather told her, we can't support this with the business. So she chose to start her own tamales, selling tamales, in order for her to continue.
Bolito.
Yes.
I like your grandma, you know.
So that's a funny story that I just had to
Oh wow!
put in there.
And I told you, I'm such a fan of your tamales too. It's just it's the perfect consistency for me, and how I love to have it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
We-
Rondine, good.
No, I was just gonna say we gotta thank your grandma for taking that initiative.
So you know, figure out the exportation process yet for people. No, people still have to come pack it up.
I've always thought of doing that exportation, but it's just the logistics of doing it all. Because I know jam rolls would be a thing that people would really want to just say, call up Dits from Belize and say, send me a few dozen jam rolls and it's on the plane, or, you know.
I know.
But hopefully down
But
the way there's an avenue
plenty
for
of
that.
couriers.
Yes,
Don't worry,
correct.
because anytime you leave, the family will ask you for something.
Yes, yes.
Along these lines. All right. Well, we're so grateful that you came in to share your story with us and to just give us a little bit of a how-to of how to get as close as possible to the famous Dits jam roll.
Thanks again for having me, and again, thanks for the Belizean public for always supporting our business.
So my question is, you already have your children in training? They already mastered
Actually-
all the recipes?
My daughter is one of the person that works in the front of
I
the
know
house.
that. That's why I ask.
And also my sister. You know, she's a teacher as well, but on weekends she's always down there, and it's for the same reason, just for the interaction with the customers, you know, because I think it's something kind of special and unique. You know, a customer calls you up and you actually know them by name.
Yeah.
And you know what they like, and I think that brings a special little
And and being in business so long, I'm sure you've seen people, you know, grow up and bring their
Yeah.
own
Yes,
families and
correct.
stuff as
Yeah,
well.
my mom took me as a kid. Now I take my mom. She won't like that I said that. But it is I think a part of just growing up in Belize that we all have our memories with Dits and our favorite recipes.
Yes.
So I wonder if people are the argument is usually between jam roll and coconut tart, right? Which one you said jam roll come out on top?
for the most part.
Okay. Gavin, your favorite is jam roll?
Coconut.
Oh!
I love coconut tarts.
All right.
Each has its own customer, but both are great.
Well, Rondine, thank you so much for coming in. When's the anniversary?
It's in October,
Okay.
so we'll try to see what we can do and do something special for the customers. So you just look out for that.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming in, and we appreciate you sharing with us just a little bit of what it's been like to be in a family business that's been around for so long. And of course, thank you for breakfast too. We appreciate
No
that.
problem.
We're going to go ahead and take our final break now. When we come back, we'll have our wrap up. So stay tuned.